Right here. Welcome to the Social Rejects podcast. I am your host, Social Rejects One, and today I am joined here with Tyler, aka Necrotic, the only motherfucker who can put COD Zombie screams in a song and make it sound good.
What up?
I am also joined by the person here who has literally zero aim, no aim whatsoever. Say hello, Killa.
Okay, bro, really? What's up? What the fuck? You didn't have to say that.
And I am also joined here today by someone who actually has aim, got aim, absolutely good, better. Fusion, say hello.
Yo, what is up, guys? Thank you for the glaze. Highly appreciated and happy to be here.
Killa, I had to hit you with it just so we could have the contrast. I'm sorry. But no.
I mean, you ain't wrong, though.
Yeah. I got a couple things I want to say about the podcast and where it will be released at from now on. There's been a couple complications with SoundCloud. Only the three newest episodes will be available on SoundCloud because they have that stupid you can only have a certain amount of minutes uploaded for free. And I ain't paying for SoundCloud.
Oh, God.
But no, if you want to go back and watch the old episodes, they will be available on the Social Rejects YouTube channel. Go ahead, search it up. It'll be the first one to pop up. Anyways, since we're talking about other things to plug, Fusion, plug your shit.
What you mean?
What you mean, bro? Homie makes fucking TikToks about COD zombies. Go look up It's Fusions on fucking TikTok.
Nah, bro. They're okay, bro. Honestly, the only thing I enjoyed about doing them was the editing. The editing process for those videos was actually so much fun. Like, honestly, making the video was like, eh. I mean, obviously, I made sure I did the best I could with what I had, which was just my phone, obviously. I mean, it kind of sucks because a lot of my videos got audio restricted because of a lot of the COD zombies, like music and stuff, because I really wanted to keep that atmosphere in the videos, but it's okay.
Hey, yo, bro, just upload them to YouTube Shorts. Bet you they won't get taken down there.
Probably I should do that.
But since we're talking about our endeavors in the social media space, we should really we should really pass the mic over to the only person who actively makes music in the call. What's up, Tyler? How you doing today?
What up?
How's life treating you? We're just gonna do a quick check-in with everybody.
Kicking feet up, working, music, about it.
Sounds like some good shit, not gonna lie. So, Killa, it has come to my attention that you are now on a computer. Why don't you enlighten the podcast on that?
Yeah, I'm no longer part of the Xbox Cuck series.
He got himself an Acer Nitro 5 from 2020.
I mean, it runs Overwatch at like 200 frames easily, so.
Keep in mind all low settings.
It don't look bad though.
I said all low settings.
You can't really make Overwatch look bad.
True. Overwatch has.
If you look really close, you can see some pixels, but like.
The W thing about Overwatch is it's just like such a good looking game. Like, it doesn't take a lot to run. Even when it isn't running that well, it still looks pretty good.
Yeah. So this leads on to our first topic here. But first, let's check in with Fusion. Fusion, how's your day been going?
I mean, not too bad. Played some Rainbow pretty much majority of the day. Won all of my games. Literally, the last game I played was before I hopped on the podcast. I mean, that's like the only game I lost. But, other than that, been pretty good. Been chilling most of the day, Pretty well.
We chilling. Alrighty, boys. The hardest question when it comes to a gamer. Xbox or PlayStation? We have representatives from both camps in call today. Fusion representing PlayStation, and technically Killa, but he's PC Master Race, newly knighted, and Tyler representing Xbox.
But I have a couple
Let's start with the PlayStation side. Why did you choose PlayStation, and what do you think is good about your platform?
Why did I choose PlayStation? Let's see here. Well, honestly, growing up, I never really had an Xbox. Like, anywhere I was at family or anything, I was always on PlayStation, and that's just like where I always found myself just playing was on PlayStation. Like, I was never really on Xbox. Me personally, I might get a lot of hate from this, but like I never really liked the Xbox controllers in general, to be honest. Like, I think that 360 was like the last good controller in my opinion that actually felt good in my hands, just because of pause, no diddy, how big it was. But
Homie hit him with the pause.
But yeah, I think that was the main reason. That, and just like hearing a lot about it, the bad things that was happening on like the early stages on Xbox with the Red Rings of Death and stuff, really just overall made me choose the PS3 over the Xbox. Because like honestly, I never really heard any issues. Like up until after I got a PlayStation, I heard about like the fucking network getting hacked and stuff. But other than that, I was just like, I'm gonna play PlayStation. The reason why I stay on PlayStation is because honestly, I put in so much money onto my account, like thousands of dollars. So like, I really have no other reason to swap to Xbox right now. That's why I'm getting a PC soon. And why I like PlayStation more, honestly, I can't tell you. Like, there's not really a specific reason. I guess the controller, to be honest, like over the Xbox. I just like the controller more, to be honest.
Okay. Now, Killa, I know you have experience with both last-gen consoles, so we will get to you soon. I'm not skipping you. Tyler, why are you on Xbox? Why did you choose it? And what do you like about it?
I mean, kind of the same thing as him. Didn't really have an Xbox or any like major console growing up. I mainly grew up with like the fucking Wii, Nintendo DS, and the GameCube. So like every time I went to my buddy's house, they'd always have like the 360, and we'd always be playing like Bad Company 2 or some shit like that. So
Really
yeah,
good
and pretty
game.
much the controller just felt more natural. Like it felt like playing the GameCube controller. I had one of my buddies that had like a PS3. I just didn't like the layout of the controller at all.
So, any like comments on software?
I mean, I don't really know that much about the software, just the fact that
Game
from
Pass.
what people told me, like yeah, Game Pass is it's all right, I guess. Like there's a bunch of PlayStation games I wish I could play, but
If I was to cut in real quick, that is one thing I'll give Xbox as a PlayStation player. Game Pass is infinitely better than PlayStation's. Like, PlayStation will never match up to Xbox.
When it comes
True.
to the subscription service, yeah, I do tend to agree on that take. Game Pass is the better subscription service. Anyways, Tyler, continue with what you were saying.
I mean, I don't know. I like the. Oh fuck! I'm yawning. I don't know. I just like the array of games that you can play and that are exclusive, like Halo. Halo's really fun. I don't know. Red Dead 2.
Let's not forget Forza. That's
Cough, cough. You can play Red Dead on PlayStation? Question mark.
No, I know. I'm just saying Red Dead's super fun
well,
to play on
Red
Xbox.
Dead's more accessible to play. On Xbox
Red Dead's
than
top
Game
3
Pass.
games of all time, in my opinion. Just saying.
I mean, you got a point. Anyways, thank you, Tyler. Now we're going to transition over to Killa and have him give his takes on both sides of the spectrum, considering he's had a PlayStation 4 and an Xbox of the similar power.
Alright, so I have a PS4 and a Series S. Software, they're both good, tech really, but I would say Xbox just kind of leads a little bit more with ease of use, to be honest. Because they can get a lot more set up, your menus and all that. You don't have to go searching for stuff. Really self-explanatory with that. Exclusives, they both have really good exclusives. Xbox is just a little bit ahead with Halo and Forza.
Just a little bit.
For now.
And then, but controller layout is one thing I will bring up. Controller, Xbox is a lot more comfortable. It makes more sense to me. I never really grew up with the Xbox. I first console I ever used was a Wii. Playing COD on a Wii was not a fun experience. But after that, I had a 2DS. So that kind of is what I'm normally used to with my thumbs being up in the spot. So that's why, like, to me, at least to me, I think the Xbox is a little bit better with controller design, more comfortable. Gaming power, Xbox. I've played a PS5. Don't get me wrong, nice. It's just I prefer Xbox.
So, what I'm hearing is Series S better than PlayStation 4.
Yes, it
yeah.
outperforms it in every way.
I give it to I didn't really like PS4. I think the UI was extremely slow on the main menuing, like just like going through everything. It was extremely slow trying to hit like the main menu button and taking forever to load. I'll give it to
Yeah.
Xbox on that. It was just way better for its time. Even though more people were on PS4, I still give it to Xbox just because it was overall smoother. But when it comes to PS5, the UI is like 2,000 times better now.
I will give you that.
I'm gonna come in with a hot take here. Both consoles are good at what they're designed to do. I believe Xboxes are designed for more of a multiplayer experience, and a PlayStation is more designed for a solo player experience. I believe they're both good at their respective skill set, because like PlayStation, what their exclusives be, right? Pretty much single player games. Am I wrong? I mean, Helldivers was multiplayer, but Helldivers was also available on PC. So, my standpoint, PC's better. Hate me all you want. We all
So-
know at the end of the day, you console kids can argue all you want,
Oh god.
but
Bro.
Homie's 2080 Ti from 2019, right? Yeah, 2019. Oh, I feel old. I think that card came out in 2019.
Bros
I
it
don't
on-
fucking know. You guys can look it up if you want.
Are you
But-
talking about the card from my laptop or no?
No, the RTX 2080, the first ray tracing card outperforms your guys' consoles. Like, come on now, the guy with a literally 5-year-old graphics card is
Bro,
faster than you.
it's not even that, bro. It's not even like the hardware and the software. When it comes down to it, bro, the straight up content with mods on any game, bro. Like, there's just so much more variety. Like, there will always be more variety on PC than console.
And to be fair, when it comes to console versus PC, PC has far more free games and access to almost every exclusive on either side of the camp.
Facts. They just restrict console too much. That's their main issue. They restrict games on console, and that literally is what fucks them over, in my opinion.
But something I will give Microsoft credit for, they have started opening up their store's UI, and there are rumors of Steam coming to Xbox. If Steam comes to Xbox,
No.
PlayStation is already.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, I'll be on PC by then, so it's like I wouldn't even really care. But you know,
But by then, I mean, PlayStation already has their developer page on Steam, right? By
facts.
then, it'll just be console. The big thing with the console wars is games that aren't crossplay. I think that we
Yeah.
should eliminate games that aren't crossplay across the board. If your game isn't crossplay, it's not ready for launch.
In a way.
But there are
I feel
some
like-
games that make sense on PC, and there are some games that make sense on console only. Like, for instance, you're not gonna want to play Balloons Tower Defense 6 with a controller.
Facts.
That's
rather use
just
my-
something. That's just something you're not gonna want to do.
I'd rather use my finger on mobile. Like, it just feels more comfortable.
But when you have a keyboard and mouse, it just feels natural.
Click,
Yeah.
place, boom.
I feel like consoles being limited to controller only is what truly limits them from reaching their full potential.
Yeah, and the fact that majority of games don't come with like mouse and keyboard compatibility is just strange to me. Like you can get the same game on PC, go right to console, and not be able to use a keyboard and mouse, which is just extremely stupid.
I have a perfect example. Life is Strange, when it first launched on the Xbox, it launched on console first. No keyboard and mouse support. Bought it again on PC after playing through it. It's a single player game. After playing through it on console. Bought it again because I loved it that much. Keyboard and mouse support, native. What in the world? Why are consoles getting nerfed versions of games? And that's another thing too. Why does PC have all these fucking settings and consoles don't? It's literally the exact same hardware. It's not that difficult. If I have the ability to run the game at 720p on my PC, you should have that setting on console. It's kind of discriminatory if you think about it.
It's also crazy to think about, like, if you think about the size of certain PCs, like, you can get an extremely small PC, even smaller than a PlayStation or Xbox. But they put worser hardware, like, not worser, but like not as good hardware in consoles as they would like a computer, which kind of doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, there is reasoning behind that. I'll hit you with basically the 101. So console manufacturers choose hardware not based on power, based on profitability. So sure, they can make a really powerful PlayStation 6, but when it costs $1,500, no one's gonna fucking buy it.
Yeah, but
That's
like,
why
wait,
the
wait,
Xbox
wait.
and the
you got to think though,
Sorry.
like these days, bro, like they make it more than enough money.
but
Did you
that's
guys
the
hear
thing.
about
That's
the
the
Bungie
thing.
stuff?
No, I haven't heard about the Bungie stuff, but we'll get to that real quick. I need to finish explaining this. Microsoft they don't make money when they sell an Xbox console. PlayStation, Sony, they don't make money when they sell a PS5. They make money off of the subscription services. That's how they get their money back. When it comes to bang for buck, when a brand new console generation comes out, like let's say launch day PS5, going back to that day in history, if you tried to build a competing PC, you would be spending 3 times as much, 4 times as much. And that's why consoles go with the hardware they do. Because at the time, it's not top of the line hardware, but they can get it cheaper because they're working straight with the manufacturer. And they can put it all on the same board and sell it as one individual unit instead of all these parts that you would need with a PC. So it all boils down to the price. Would you rather pay $1,000 for a PC, or would you rather pay $500 for the Xbox that's just as powerful?
I wish I would say PC, but fuck, man, saving another $500 feels so long.
That's the question for most people. And that's why I think it's actually discriminatory that the settings aren't available on the console versions of the games that are on PC. Like, if they had those settings, they could be running games way faster than they currently are, locked at their given console provided settings, locked at their stock settings. Like, Killa, you tell me on your laptop, if you left all your settings on stock, would you be able to run any game?
No.
But because of you having those settings, you can now run pretty much anything.
Well, I mean, I could play some games, but they would be like 30 FPS.
Exactly. And that would be
That's really
that
terrible.
you want to know when you're okay, if we went back in time to when the parts in your laptop came out, that's the Xbox One generation. And what is the Xbox One generation limited to in modern day games? 30 FPS.
I'm getting 200 easily on Overwatch 2.
And there's a reason why they do that. So you buy the newer console. It's
God,
planned
easily
obsolescence,
101.
and if you buy into the console, sure, you're saving money in the short term, but in the long run, you are losing money, and that's why I will say PC is better. It's purely because of the way that it's structured. Big companies like to dick over their customers, and that's why I shit on console so much, because you guys bought into the bullshit. You have to pay for online subscription services. On Xbox, you don't even own your games with Game Pass. Neither of you are good. Get a PC. That's my hot take.
I agree with you.
Yeah, I also agree, but
It all boils down to money, and some people can't afford that. And honestly, I see where you're coming from. Most people. But instead of spending that $500 on the Xbox Series X at the start of the console generation, I mean, I get it. Sometimes you can get them used later on down the line. That's a perfectly viable option when you have the disposable income to pay for the subscription services. If you want to just pay once, never pay again, and own it, get a PC. But if you're okay with not owning your games, having your console be bricked in the next 10 years and it being basically useless because it no longer has servers, go with the console.
RIP
Well, let's
Xbox 360.
transition onto this Bungie shit. I've heard nothing of this Bungie shit. Tyler, enlighten me.
Do you know their CEO or anything?
Yeah, but I think the CEO changed from when they were making Halo. I kind of stopped following them after they dropped Halo.
Well,
Oh,
their
I know
Bungie
what he's talking
CEO spent over fucking I think it was 2.3 million on classic cars after the Sony acquisition. And
Yo,
dude, he fucking there was like 200 layoffs that happened because of money and blah 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 after the Destiny 2 the final shape, whatever it is. I don't play Destiny, but
so
the
people
final
are saying you should
DLC
have sold
came
his
out.
car.
The last DLC fucking came out, and it was like one of the most profitable, but then all of a sudden they hit layoffs, and the majority of the customers, or not, what the fuck, customers, employees didn't even find out until they read the fucking tweet on Twitter. Oh, I'm sorry, X. And like some of the employees were commenting under Bungie's statement about, oh, we're due to the lack of blah 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 from our DLC, we regret to inform we're doing like layoffs and yada yada yada. And there were actual like employees commenting under that, like, dude, this is how I find out. What the fuck?
nah, you didn't even mention the part that oh, no, that was I think that was Activision. Never mind. I'm talking about an Activision situation. Never mind. That's what I was thinking about.
Let me just say this. This is my take, and it might not be the most popular. As a car guy, I understand buying the classic cars. I really understand it. But counterpoint, way back to the Sony acquisition, all the people that got laid off wish you were still working on Halo, don't ya? You guys complained about the terrible working situation with Microsoft, and now look at you without a job. Maybe you guys should have stayed working on Halo. Maybe hit up Microsoft. Maybe they have a job for you working on Halo again.
Halo does need some
Just
work right
saying.
now. No
Yeah,
one.
Halo needs help. We need your help, Bungie. You guys are going under. Your newborn Destiny is dying on the table,
And you know it's bad when a PlayStation player saying that.
and your firstborn child is also dying on the table. Halo. Which one are you gonna save, Bungie? Which one are you going to save? That is my question. Will you jump ship again and go home to Microsoft to save your company? Because
That reminds me of another dying game, kind of.
But honestly, I feel like that would be a good move for Bungie. Them jumping ship on Sony, jumping ship on Destiny, just closing, like leaving the servers open so all the people that paid for the DLC can play it and all that shit. Leave it open for the next 2 years, but just say no more updates. Game's done. Game's done. No more updates.
It's crazy when you think about it, though.
Silently get reacquired by Xbox and work on Halo Infinite and bring it to what we were promised at launch. Because honestly, Halo Infinite is still not what was promised at launch. And it is sad to say that 343 hasn't had a good Halo game since they finished the framework for Halo 4. Halo 4 wasn't even all 343. Bungie did work on that game. They started working on it. 343 just polished the end product. Halo 4 was a great game. I liked Halo 4. That might be a hot take for some people, but I liked Halo 4. 343 needs new guidance, and maybe all those people who got laid off can go work for 343 and bring Halo back to its glory. Or Bungie itself can just come back to Daddy Microsoft. Come back, suckle on the fucking Xbox Game Pass titty.
They are not cooking. That is for sure.
Yeah, they are not cooking right now. They need Microsoft money. Oh God. But
Hopefully,
no,
with Microsoft getting COD, that they'll make it happen.
personally, I see Halo and COD merging.
Nah, that would be too unrealistic. I feel like.
No, I feel like it's perfectly realistic. They go all through because they're already back at MW3, right? They go through the storyline again, all the way up to Call of Duty, Infinite Warfare, Halo Infinite. The stars are aligning.
I don't know. Halo, not Halo, but Infinite Warfare was just so much of a paste and copy and paste off of BO3, and it was like the worst version of it. So
Honestly, but think about that copy and paste of BO3, right? But with just think of all that shit dropped into Halo Infinite. You haven't played Halo Infinite, but I promise you, that would be fucking goated.
and it's sad to see because even though Halo is not like in the best spot right now, Call of Duty is like even like they're in kind of the same predicament. They're like
in an even worse spot, bro. What is the?
But they're still getting money.
What is that? What is that? Activision, fix your game.
I don't care if I never get sponsored by a Call of Duty company, bro. Fix your fucking game.
Fix the fucking game. As someone who started on Black Ops 2 and has been paying full price for Vault Edition ever since then, please.
I don't know what it is.
Do something.
I feel like ever since they made it to where DLC is free, the games have been shit.
Well, that's
My
the
opinion.
thing. The first game with DLC was Black Ops 2, and that was
BO1 had
genuinely
DLC.
good system for DLC. Now that there's this fucking battle,
World
I
at
mean,
War had DLC.
No, World at War had DLC. Yeah, well, World at War
yeah,
started
but
like,
oh yeah, they did have DLC.
yeah, they had DLC way back then.
Okay, but BO3 was the first one with free DLC.
No, that was Cold War. Cold War was free DLC.
BO2.
No.
Free. Yeah, because
Didn't have it.
Newtown was free.
Well, that was like the only thing that was free though, and that came with the game. Like everybody got it.
Exactly. That was the first thing that came out.
And to be honest, is it even DLC? It's just a remake of a map that was in BO1. And that was the only
content.
I mean, I guess.
I mean, there's a reason why you didn't have to pay for it.
But also, these days,
yeah,
if you get a fresh game of BO2 and load into the game, it's like Newtown's already on it. So
I think because if you buy it on that disc, that data gets saved on that disc.
no, I'm talking like a brand new BO2.
Oh, but you can't find a. Well, I mean,
There's still copies out there.
Someone
There's still,
have a
there's still copies out there. Oh yeah, bro.
Copy
Oh
of
yeah.
BO2. If you do, let me know.
Well, you also gotta
I will pay
think
top dollar.
you gotta think of the hard like the special editions for those games like that came with the cool shit like the Founders editions. Like
bro.
people keep those and they sell them on
Honestly,
eBay for hundreds.
I would be willing to open up a copy.
I want the Juggernaut
that is
fridge.
like
Just give me the
factory.
Juggernaut fridge.
I would be willing to open up a base copy that was factory sealed, factory new, like
Facts.
mint, and put it in like an Xbox just to see if it actually has Newtown. Because I want to kind of test that. Because if it does, then does that mean? I mean, I would have to get a launch day copy to even verify. Because I bet you the newer copies that came out after the release of Newtown just had it installed off the default.
It's possible.
I don't know. Someone can do that research for me and get to me about it in the comments. I have a topic switch for us, okay? Kind of a topic switch, but I mean, we're still kind of talking about shooting guns, but about the fucker who shot guns at our former president. Bro's reaction, like 1,000+ aura. On God.
I got a hit marker. Yeah, that guy got a hit marker. Chop it.
That guy got a hit marker.
Trump
Nah,
was
I think
running
he was a thousand
painkillers.
things.
He was a
Okay.
1,000 thing. He was a 1,000 thing. Nah, Trump was hacking. Trump was hacking.
Yeah, bro had walls. Seen him aiming, he moved.
bro had walls. Saw him aiming. He moved.
Big W though. Trump is just the GOAT, bro. In my opinion.
I ain't gonna get into
I'm
politics
not
here.
I'm not gonna
I'm
say
not.
my
I'm not
opinion
saying
on
like.
politics.
I'm not
but
a
if you
political
watch
guy. I just
my
meant as a
stream-
person. I just meant as a person, like not politically.
I mean, bro said grab it right by the pussy on live TV. Which, to be fair, I would too. But like,
He bro let his intrusive thoughts win.
he let the thoughts win.
But I was like, screw it. I'm just gonna let it all. I'm gonna let it all out now.
He's like, I'm gonna let her all get it out. So I believe I asked this to the other two people on the podcast, last podcast. But Fusion, top 3 favorite video games of all time.
Ooh,
Go.
that's tough, bro. I played so many games. All right, my number one. No, I'm gonna start at number 3. I'm gonna leave number 1 for a surprise.
You already told us your number 3, Red Dead.
Yeah, I'd probably say no. I said it's a top 3 game. I didn't say it was my top 3 game.
Okay, then what's your
No.
third?
All right, number 3. I'd probably give it to Black Ops 2. Honestly, just the GOAT. Have like literally that's where I strived in my gaming era. Like where I was on the most. Literally just every day playing Black Ops 2. Zombies multiplayer didn't really matter. I was on the game. The campaign goated. I mean, I can't even remember how many times I've replayed that campaign just because of how good it was. Number 2.
Death to the Olympia!
Oh God. This is tough. Because I love story manga. I'd probably say
Or
the
was it Death to
Assassin's
the LMPA?
probably
I don't know.
Assassin's Creed Ezio's trilogy.
LA.
Probably Assassin's Creed Ezio's trilogy. I love Assassin's Creed. I grew up with Assassin's Creed.
No,
Definitely.
Death to the Olympia. Fuck that shotgun his ass.
That's oh God. Number 2 is definitely Assassin's Creed though. Like, I can only be not the newer ones. I definitely hate the newer ones. The newer ones are not my favorite. I'm more of the old style more based gameplay.
Origins wasn't that bad.
What was that for?
Origins was
Origins-
pretty fun.
Origins was like my number. If you look on my TikTok, ironically, it's in my top 5 favorite maps of all time.
Bro, the voice actor went all out. That opening fucking cutscene.
And number 1, this is so controversial, and you might be surprised from this. It's pretty much majority of all the old Zelda games. I love Zelda. Like, I don't know what it is, the story, the combat. I loved all the old Zelda games.
Wind Waker goated.
Oh no, bro. Zelda fucking Twilight Princess, so good. I love that game.
Modern day
I know
Zelda, though,
about
I have to say this: modern day Zelda, overhyped, underdelivered.
I would say
of the Wild.
Breath
was
of the
really
Wild
good.
delivered, but the sequel to Breath of the Wild, not so much.
Yeah, I agree.
Tears of the Kingdom
okay.
was not as good as Breath of the Wild.
Honestly, I feel like ever since Nintendo went to the Switch, their games have kind of been mid.
I will say, as somebody who would 100% of both Breath of the Wild and, with the DLC and Tears of the Kingdom way underdelivered.
We
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
even talk about Switch in the console wars. That's how fucking irrelevant the Nintendo Switch is in 2024.
That's not a console.
Now, you want to know how
Real console, no, no.
Bro, who uses a Nintendo Switch in 2024?
you want to know how
Who
irrelevant it
buys
is?
a
I
Nintendo
literally
Switch in
sold my
2024?
Switch last year. I literally sold it just because the amount I did not play. I literally sat in my room on my desk for like 2 years and I didn't touch it, so I just sold it.
If you could get
Exact-
Pokemon games on PC, then I would definitely get rid
Oh
of it.
yeah, the fact that Nintendo games aren't on PC. Yeah, but like, why do I have to go through the trouble of getting an emulator to play a game, bro? Like,
Okay, I
realistically.
want to say this on air. Nintendo, come at me. I fully support fucking emulation. You guys should have put these games on PC fucking years ago, and the emulators are doing their job. They're doing your job for you, motherfucker. Stop DNC. Stop fucking copyright
Cease and
striking these
desist.
motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You guys, you cease and desist. Fucking come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. I do
Also-
not care. You guys are literally one of the worst game developers in 2024. None of your games hit like the old ones. You need to step it up, and the only way to do that is to port your games to PC.
No, you could
are
say
in
that.
between a rock and a hard place. You need to
They're
do
too
something.
overprotective with their IPs.
You
Oh,
need
God.
to do something. Just put them on Steam. Like Mario Kart 8, Mario Party. Put them on Steam. There are still exclusives on Switch. Like if you want to play Zelda, you got to do it on Switch. If you want to play Mario Brothers, you got to do it on Switch. But come on now, give us something. It would revive your guys' games so much.
Especially a lot of the old games.
Like, and I'm not just saying put them on PC, put them on Xbox and PlayStation 2. Make them cross-plat. Imagine all the boys getting home, doesn't matter what they're on, getting on some fucking Mario Kart.
That'd be so much
That's
fun.
fucking sick.
On God.
And
if
the mods.
Nintendo doesn't hear this, someone needs to add them.
The mods would go
Because
crazy.
Exactly. But that's like PC only.
Yeah,
Just
also,
play-
like PC
just
exclusive.
playing with the boys. on
See, and the
Mario
sad thing
Kart
is
8.
though, even though games like Call of Duty are on PC and Steam and stuff like that, literally Activision did the same shit with clients on Call of Duty where they gave them cease and desist, even though they were trying to keep their games alive and supporting their games still.
Well, I mean, they did that to protect their IPs for an acquisition like the Xbox acquisition. So, I mean, I understand why they did that, but still, dick move. Where's my
Yeah, but even yeah, no, there was this game that was finna come out. It was like all the Call of
SM2,
Duties.
the
Yeah,
SM2
SM2, bro. Like it would have been fine if like they literally just made people pay for the game and then just installed the client. Like they're still giving money to the company. They're just running it off of a safer client so our PCs don't get hacked.
On God, like, if you owned every single game that was in SM2, I don't think that there should have been a problem with it. And that's
Miss-
something I want to say. If you are a Halo fan, and you've been a Halo fan for like the past 7 years, you will know about Halo Online. Microsoft, fuck you. Halo Online was literally, the community did your job for you. They cracked the Halo 3 engine and made it open source, added new guns, new everything. It was literally one of the best games I have ever played. And you completely removed it off of the face of the earth.
Which is toxic.
Fuck you,
So toxic.
Microsoft. Like,
No, you know what? As a matter of fact, fuck all development studios.
I feel like games after a certain age should become open source and be able to be modded to put on whatever the fuck. Like, if a game's
yeah.
5 years old and the console that it originally came, like, if the console that it originally came out on is no longer supported by the original company, all the games from that console should be ported over. And it doesn't even have to be by the devs themselves. Just don't DMCA strike or copyright strike the people who do port it over.
That's why I shout out Rockstar all the time, because they literally hired 5M workers to come work at Rockstar, which is such a W.
If you want to protect your IP, that's how you do it.
Such
That's
a
how
W
you do
from
it.
Rockstar. Rockstar out here making the right moves. That's why Rockstar games will always be the go-to games like GTA, Red Dead Redemption, all those games, is because they make the right plays, unlike Activision and all the other development studios.
The long
You
story
wanna know why
short,
games fucking suck? It's because
Why?
all these teams that they have a team of like 5,000. How many people created Diablo 4? Fucking like 2,500 people. You don't need a studio that big. You only need like 100 to 200 people max. Too many to like coordinate around for everything. You don't need 400 people on sound design because no one can make up their mind.
and
Facts.
then the
I feel like
vision just get lost in the sea of fucking thoughts. Like, that is a perfect example of why Halo Infinite failed. Because you can see what they were trying to project, but in certain areas of the game, it just feels like you lost me. What is
it's like the
going
vision was
on?
there, but the execution was horrible.
Yeah, it's like you can tell that certain parts of the development team knew what they were doing.
I just don't
But
get
then-
how development studios make such a masterpiece of a game, and then it's like they're going backwards. It's like
Next
all they're
year,
focused on
like-
is like the sound quality and the graphic quality of the game instead of the actual good quality of
No,
gameplay.
The only thing that major studios are looking forward to, or like putting improvements on, are graphics instead of gameplay. And the more graphics, or the better the graphics get, and
The
all that
shittier the
shit.
game.
No. The more money that they pour into it, they don't like. Man, I lost my train of thought.
No, you could. You're good. That's
The
my
more
bad.
money
Shouldn't
that they
interrupt
pour into the game, I mean, I understand where you're coming from. The bigger the studio, the more money matters, and the more they're going to try to
Unfortunately.
get money out of their game. Like, Call of Duty is a perfect example of that. Battle passes, Warzone 1, Like, sure, we got a COD title for free, Warzone. That's good for the community. I feel like that was a good call. But the Battle Pass kind of killed all momentum for the free-to-play players because now they're stuck with this base model skin. All their guns are either black, gray, or tan, and they're getting shit on by people with the Battle Pass metas. Like, you pay to play. It's still not free. You pay to play.
The only game that should be like that is like gacha games. Because they're literally like, it's like where it's luck. It's literally luck. You're not guaranteed anything. Those are the only games that are meant to be like that. They're there to literally tell you to spend money.
And a perfect example of a studio going absolutely hard one year and then failing the next. I mean, I get it. I'm gonna use Cold War and Vanguard as a perfect example here. I get it. They were technically worked on by different studios, but they're all owned by Activision, so I'm going to use it.
Oh yeah.
Cold War, one of the best Black Ops games we have gotten in the past 5 years. Fight me on it.
I don't.
In 5 years, BO3 is older than 5 years. BO3
Yeah,
is older than 5.
I know, but if you're saying like Modern Warfare 2019, that game was good though. Like that was a really
I'm
good
talking
game.
Black Ops.
Oh, Black Ops. Oh yeah, Black Ops wise, yeah, that's
It was the best
game.
Black Ops game in 5 years.
Unfortunately.
And then the follow-up game to that, Vanguard.
Oh
The
no,
worst
the biggest
Call of
catastrophe.
Duty in the past 20 years. Like that is the
Dude.
worst Call of Duty, period, in my opinion.
They need
I
to stop
would
making
rather
war
play-
games.
I would rather
war-based
play-
games.
I would rather play World at War on the original servers with hackers.
Nah, bro, I'm telling you, any World War II based game that they've made, like, you also gotta think, even though a lot of people, like, statistically wise, dude, World War II did not that well, like, compared to other CODs. Like, they need to stop doing these World War II based games, because every time they do it, it's a fuck up.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like what contributes to that was the success of Battlefield 1. I know that's not a World War II game, but Battlefield 1, if you want an old school, like, feely shooter like that, you play Battlefield 1. That
I've never
game
played Battlefield,
goes
seriously.
fucking hard. If you have played Battlefield 1, you know what I'm talking about. That game, EA said, oh, you think we're a shit studio? Let us actually do something good for once and hit a fucking homer with that shit.
Alright. I think
And then they followed it up with Battlefield 5, which was
I want a
garbage.
COD Ghost too.
RP COD goes. The map's too big. Just not really that good of a game.
Not
They had a good
good
campaign though.
zombies.
Had a good decent campaign.
Guns
I'd say campaign
unbalanced.
was decent.
Multiplayer was garbage.
Oh yeah, dude, that map design's
But
trash.
honestly, I would rather play Ghost than Vanguard.
Yeah, 100%.
If I only own those two COD titles, I'm getting on Ghost every single time.
Only reason
I
to
feel like I'm
load
the
up.
minority that likes Extinction.
No,
I
I'm
don't
not
know.
saying Extinction was bad.
It would just never
'Cause I
live up
played
to
the
zombies.
Shit out of it. It just felt like a half-baked zombies.
It'll never live up to COD Zombies, bro. Never in a million years.
COD
No, nothing
Zombies.
can, but it was better than anything Infinite Warfare Zombies was.
You mean Advanced? Yeah, Advanced Warfare was garbage.
Yeah, you gotta play.
Advanced Warfare Zombies, like the first 2 or 3 maps are good, in my opinion. But like
No.
the final DLC maps were dog shit.
The fact
Infinite
all right,
Warfare Zombies felt like BO3 Zombies DLC.
to go to show how bad Advanced
I thought he was
Warfare
talking about
Zombies was,
Advanced
you
Warfare.
literally, when the game first came out, Zombies wasn't even on the base game. You had to pay for it after for it as a DLC extra game mode. It wasn't even on the game on the base disc. You had to pay for Zombies.
Okay, a game that never gets talked about that I feel like is never given enough credit. Black Ops 4. Blackout?
Multiplayer was good.
BO4 was
Blackout.
alright. It was mid.
I like the
Blackout
guns.
was the birth of Warzone. Blackout was basically Warzone beta And if you played Blackout, you know how much fun that shit was.
The only downfall to
prefer
Blackout is you
Blackout.
had to spend $60 to get the game to even play it.
True. I prefer Blackout to Warzone nowadays. Like, if I could, I wish I could play BO4 Blackout again, but get the Modern Warfare armor system instead, because Blackout's armor system was fucking stupid.
Hey Activision, you listening? We want a Blackout game mode. Come on now. All you gotta do is get the old
No, but I
files
like
and
that
put
they
'em in.
they did the zombies in like the actual map,
Which is so cool.
like properly, like to an extent. Like I did like go into that giant haunted mansion, and then the zombies would be
yeah.
climbing out of the fucking grave.
Verrucht, going to Verrucht,
Mhm.
that was super cool.
Yeah. Black Ops 4 doesn't get given enough credit. And the campaign.
There was no campaign, which is on RP.
Yeah, there was.
I know.
I mean, there were
So-
specialist stories, but they were kind
The biggest scam to a Call of Duty series, bro. Like, I pay $60 just to basically get multiplayer in Zombies. And Zombies was received so terribly by the end of BO4, bro. Like, the Zombies on that game was chalked. It was not for the casual player. That game was for hardcore Zombies fans.
Yeah, there were a lot of Easter eggs.
I've done them all, so I definitely know the struggle, trust.
of. I mean, 9 and
9 was the GOAT. 9 was the GOAT on that game.
Blood of the Dead was alright. Did it have that werewolf one?
Yeah, it was,
that map was so bad.
There was... Alright, so you had 9, Blood of the Dead, Ancient Evil, Classified, Tagger Toten,
The Nuketown one.
yeah, Alpha Omega.
And then
Now-
what was the last one?
Tagger Toten. Yeah, last
Yeah.
one was Tag. It was a
Dude,
pretty good
now
map.
just-
I enjoyed it.
They try to do fan service and just literally half of
the
the
chalk.
yeah, they just took old maps and refurbished them.
They didn't even do it in a good way. Like, they made Mob of the Dead, like, one of the best maps of all time into one of the worst maps of all time. Which is actually crazy.
Okay.
And the perk system was dog water.
Big
Like
facts.
the elixirs and all that was so stupid.
Wait, speaking of which, W Gobblegum coming back to BO6.
On God.
I'm
so excited.
They're not even gobblegums anymore.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
is.
They're not.
Yeah, it is.
No, they're
It's
not.
exactly Gobblegums.
I mean, they're not Dr. Monty. It's
I mean,
Dr.
it's-
Fuzzy or Mr. Fuzzy. What the fuck? was
Yeah,
it?
I don't remember the exact name. So we
So,
got some OG
uh,
gobbles coming back also.
I wanna point this out for the room here. Killa, what was your first Call of Duty?
Oh god, you gotta call me out like this. Okay. My first Call of Duty was Call of Duty Vanguard.
And how many games does it take till you rage quit?
Currently,
3.
currently, is that what you mean?
Three.
Like today?
No. On average, Killa rage quits in 3 games. Now, I just want to preface this. Vanguard players, everybody. Vanguard players.
I will say I have been getting better about rage quitting. I managed to play for 4 hours today without rage quitting once.
Let me go on the Xbox app and check his hours. I'm about to call his bluff.
I'll tell you what time I got on. I'll tell you what time I got off.
No, I saw your hours on the game yesterday. Don't think I don't be checking.
I'll tell you what level I am. Hold on. Let me boot that shit up and I'll tell you what level I am. What's the level?
Nah, I don't even need to check. Okay, you do have more hours. I don't know if I call that 4, but it's at least 1.5.
You're full of it.
Might have felt like 4 hours. Okay, something I want to talk about. I want to talk about Overwatch real quick. Why in 2024 has Overwatch 2 become a more enjoyable game than Call of Duty?
I don't know. I guess it's like the fan base. At least to me, that's what it would be. Because like Overwatch, you're not really seeing that many sweats. Like you'll.
I'm gonna be
find an
honest.
occasional sweat, but like Call of Duty, you're gonna be going with people that sweat their nuts off on a daily basis for no reason.
Well, that and also, like, Overwatch is a team-based game, so
Call
Yeah.
of Duty, yeah, even when you're on Team Deathmatch, even when you're in Search and Destroy, you're still racing your teammates for the leaderboard.
like all Call of Duty is just call-out based. Like Overwatch is call-out and actual team-based.
Yeah, like if your team isn't working well together in Overwatch, you're gonna lose.
Like if
But,
you're
like,
having battle
you don't even
heals,
you don't even have to talk to your teammates in Call of Duty. All you have to do is just hit your shots.
Well, I
Facts.
mean, certain heroes are better against other heroes. You gotta counterplay, know when to fall back, when to group up. You don't want to dive or like head first when half your team isn't there. You don't want to feed. It's, I don't know, from someone who hasn't played Overwatch, like I play Overwatch, but like to someone who doesn't know the game, they'd be like, what the fuck? Why are there so many flashing colors and blah blah blah? The game's so fast, yada yada yada. But I don't know. It's a difficult game to get into, but it's not that hard to get into, if you know what I mean.
It's difficult to get people to try it, but once they try it, they like it. That's what I've noticed. Because to someone who hasn't played Overwatch yet, they just don't want to play it because they think, well, I mean, for one, fun fact, Overwatch is the #1 searched game on Pornhub
no, that's actually crazy.
and has the most Rule 34 content out of all the video games combined.
But it's like not really that surprising though. Like when you really think about it.
I mean, shit, Overwatch players be horny. I mean, like, fuck.
I mean, do you
I'm
know
not
the
gonna
amount
fault
of
them.
you know the amount of e-girls that are on Overwatch?
You got a point. And how many female titty streamers play fucking Overwatch? All of them.
Exactly. Like, I feel like it's Valorant and Overwatch is like the main two e-girl, e-boy type of game.
I don't even play Valorant anymore. Like, I have it installed on my system, but like only for that occasional time Duke gets on, because
Okay.
that's all he plays. If you guys have listened to the pilot episode of the podcast, it will be coming to YouTube soon, probably on this show's 1-year anniversary if we get that far. I'll re-release the pilot, but if you've already listened to it, you'll know who Duke is. I don't know what he's doing. Duke, if you're listening, stop being a bitch. Get on COD. I bought you the game for a reason, you fucking cuck.
That's actually crazy.
Call him out live on the podcast, why don't I? Okay, so we only have 11 minutes left here, so I'm just gonna bring up this topic off top, okay? And we're all gonna briefly give a take. When you're talking to somebody, like, and you're making jokes and you're bantering back and forth like homies do, what do you think is too far?
Anything
Where do
family
you
related?
draw the line?
Yeah, family related. That's like, otherwise I don't give a shit.
Like,
Second
if it's
we go
about me-
family related, I will throw hands and knock
Oh,
your
God.
ass out.
Like if it's like someone close to me that like either that's not in my life anymore or is still in my life and very close to me, like then I'm not having it. But if it's me, I obviously don't care because like I can handle it. I know like how the jokes are.
Last time somebody made a joke about my family, it broke their jaw in 4 places.
Yeah, my line, it's a little bit, because I don't like it when it gets to that point, right? My line is when you're coming at me personally, like when you're actually digging to hurt me. That's when I draw the line. Like when you bring up some old shit from like years ago, or you like genuinely go looking through my Instagram to find a fucking photo of me to fucking clown on me. That's when I'm like, hey, yo, you didn't need to go do all that. Why are you doing this, bro? That's when I'm like, I'm going to call your ass out, and if you give me a wrong response, you're getting decked.
See, for me, people can make fun of me all they want. I don't give a shit. I don't really care what people think about me. Never have, never really will. But the second they go after people I care about, they're fucked. they're not getting a second chance.
I just don't like it when it gets to that point because they've already been digging for a while if they're going after the people that you care about. I don't let it get to that point because, like, let's say, Killa, let's say someone came at you and they made a joke about something very personal to you. You would want to deck it, right?
I'd do more than deck.
Exactly.
Randy Orton.
Let's just say they'd never find the body.
All right.
All right, that's a bit much now. Come on.
In GTA, of course.
In GTA, in game.
Yeah.
But no, for real. I feel like the line should be drawn when someone decides to go after your pride. Because that's genuinely, I'm trying to hurt you. When someone goes after your pride, that's like, okay, buddy, you're genuinely trying to make me feel like shit. Get out of here.
I mean,
I've been.
No, go ahead.
Here, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I don't even remember what I was gonna say. You go.
Okay. So for me, I've been bullied all my life. I don't give a fuck what people say about me. Doesn't affect me anymore. Honestly, if somebody wants to think something about me, go ahead. I don't give a shit. But the second you go after something I really care about,
it's over. Chop the
let's
journey.
just say the last fight I got in, I gave a kid a concussion with a single slap.
Oh my god.
Homie got heavy hands. You know what they say about heavy hands, don't you?
They're harder to lift weights. That's what they say.
Nah, he gotta wear bigger gloves. Okay, but no, because like the pride thing only comes in when it's like, okay, if someone came after me and was like, oh, you're shit at Call of Duty, whatever. Okay, 1v1 with kid. But if someone came after like my car that I've put thousands and thousands of hours into, sure, I might be like, line it up. But if I lose and they still can't at least say it looks nice and they're shit talking me, I'm gonna want to fight them.
See, the sad thing for me is I don't have a sense of pride anymore. I've been bullied that much. I really just don't give a fuck. I'm normally a chill person until you get me to that point where I will swing.
That's kind of why I have a sense of pride though, because I've been bullied so much and because I'm still standing. Like, bro, you can throw whatever you want at me, bro, but I'ma still be standing, motherfucker. You can hit me with point A, B, C, and D, and I will still be here, motherfucker. Hate on me all you want. And that's kind of something to be proud of. And honestly, Killa, I think you should be proud of the fact that you're still standing here today after all that bullying. Take some pride in yourself, homie. You got a PC now. When I met you, you were on a fucking PlayStation 4 that literally sounded like getting ready for takeoff.
No, I'm not even gonna lie. When I got on a plane, it was like, damn, this shit sounds like my PS4.
Hey,
sounded getting ready for takeoff.
But hey, did my PlayStation? Wait, who brought my PlayStation on the plane?
Who brought my PlayStation on my plane?
Seriously, bro.
No. Bro looks out the window. The engines are replaced by PlayStation 4.
I mean, it would work more efficient too. Better engines. So.
I mean, with the amount of air them fans sound like they be pushing though.
Until you look in the fans and then you see they're just gunk. Both PS4s I've had were both used. I have a used one right now. I have a day one release original PS4. You know, like the thick fuck with only 500 gigs of storage. You know what I'm talking about?
Hey, the thick fuck.
It looks like a book.
Hey, yo,
It looks
he
like a
got
dictionary.
he got the reverse mega stuff Oreo and all cookie, no stuffing.
Seriously, bro. But I mean, like.
Nah, bro, it's off-brand. The motherfucker's square and slanted.
Nah, they're the Rios.
Okay, boys, we've been going for 59 minutes now. I want us to each give some closing thoughts. Fusion, we'll start off with you.
Live life to the fullest, no matter what happens realistically, and every day is gonna be another day. Doesn't really matter how you live it. All you need to know is you woke up this morning with a purpose in life, and that was to keep grinding, stay positive, stay motivated, and just stay on that grind.
Okay, cringe. Killer.
My only thing is,
Hold on.
I got one thing. To say.
I'm not actually saying that was cringe. That was kind of heartfelt.
My one thing to say is, think about what you say to a person, because you say something wrong, especially where I live, you say one thing wrong, you're gonna get tagged. You're fucked. Like, just watch what you say to people. Think if it's gonna piss them off or not. If it's gonna piss them off, don't fucking say it.
Couldn't have worded it better myself, my boy. Tyler, any closing statements for the audience?
Fuck fusion, chaos, everything, chaos. Let's go.
Chaos. Fuck fusion, chaos. Burn it all.
What did I do?
All right. Well, this has been the Social Rejects podcast. If you like this little fucking spiel of nonsense and scuffedosity, you know what to do. If you didn't like it, well, go fuck yourself. And have a nice day.